Welcome to episode 2 of Undaunted Diaries with Mary. Today we're going to talk about disordered eating and the difference to an eating disorder. As a disclaimer, I am not a therapist or dietitian. I have years of experience in eating disorder recovery and want to share and pass forward that which is good and helpful for others to recover as well. This is a safe space for individuals to hear more about eating disorders, disordered eating, and other mental health challenges too as weeks go on. All the information I'm going to talk about comes directly from credible sources linked in the description. You may be wondering what exactly is disordered eating, or how is an eating disorder different from disordered eating? According to the National Eating Disorders Collaboration, disordered eating sits on a spectrum between normal eating and an eating disorder, and may include symptoms and behaviors of eating disorders, but at a lesser frequency or lower level of severity. Disordered eating may include restrictive eating, compulsive eating, or irregular or inflexible eating patterns. Dieting is one of the most common forms of disordered eating. Other behaviors that may be present in a person engaging in disordered eating include fasting, such as alternate day and intermittent fasting, binge eating, skipping meals, avoiding a type of food or food group, self-induced vomiting, laxative, diuretic, or enema use, steroid and creatine use, as well as using diet pills. So, why is disordered eating and dieting so dangerous? One of the most common risk factors for the development of an eating disorder is disordered eating practices, particularly dieting. Eating disorders are serious mental conditions that can be fatal. Eating disorders are not a way of life. Limiting the amount of food you eat can be quite dangerous. When the body is deprived of food, it responds by slowing down the rate at which it burns calories, the metabolic rate, which oftentimes lead to binge eating and overeating. Dieting has also been linked to other mental health issues, including depression and anxiety. Disordered eating has been connected to a lower ability to cope with stressful events and can have a harmful impact on a person's life. People who engage in disordered eating frequently experience feelings of guilt, shame, and failure. Binge eating or breaking a diet might result in these emotions. For fear of socializing in situations where people may be eating, a person with disordered eating patterns may tend to isolate oneself. Low self-esteem and social disengagement can occur because of this. Typically, there is a cycle to dieting. To begin with, diet and restriction occur. When a dieter restricts the amount or type of food consumed, it results in deprivation. The body reacts both physically and mentally when food intake is reduced. To preserve energy, the metabolism slows down, the appetite grows, and the cravings for the restricted foods increases. People may feel deprived, irritated, and tired at this point. Then there's breaking diet rules. Diet restrictions are virtually always broken since the body craves and requires the food that's been denied. Dieters often think, I've broken my diet, so I might as well eat it all. This leads to overeating. When people break a diet guideline, they generally experience guilt, low self-esteem, and a negative body image. People may believe they have failed and lack the resolve to succeed. When a person is unhappy with their weight or body, they make a commitment to do better next time. More often than not, people are convinced to return to a diet or restriction, and then the diet cycle repeats again. The problem with weight loss and fad diets is that they don't take people's particular needs into account, which can lead individuals to feeling hungry, having low emotions, lacking energy, and developing poor mental and physical health. The dangers of disordered eating are significant. People who practice disordered eating behaviors may suffer the following symptoms: a clinical eating disorder, osteoporosis, which is a reduction in bone density caused by a specific nutritional deficiency, fatigue and poor sleep quality, gastrointestinal problems such as constipation and/or diarrhea, headaches, muscle cramps, feelings of shame, guilt, and low self-esteem, depressive or anxious symptoms and behaviors, as well as nutritional and metabolic problems. Even if you've been dieting and disordered eating for a long time, it's still possible to change your eating habits. Changing the behaviors related to the belief system of disordered eating is achievable with the correct support and treatment. If you feel you may be engaging in disordered eating behaviors intentionally or unintentionally, start by asking yourself, what is the fruit of my life? Is my body image and self-esteem at the mercy of my appearance? Or am I free to accept and appreciate my body as it is with balanced eating behaviors? Disordered eating and dieting are major risk factors for developing an eating disorder, and getting help as soon as possible is the best way to avoid it. I highly recommend learning more about the revolutionary anti-diet approach called intuitive eating, formulated by award-winning dietitian and nutritional therapist Evelyn Tribble and Elise Reich. This has been a great day today. We're going to stop here. Next episode, I'll be talking more about how you can best help someone you know struggling with an eating disorder or disordered eating. Thanks for joining me today on Undaunted Diaries with Mary.